I am Andrew Ryan, and I'm here to ask you a question.
Name a character who could beat Sonic in a race. Ooh, that's a tough one. Your staff when a prominent female streamer is in trouble. Hey everyone, and welcome to This Week is Stupid for the 17th of April, 2022. I hope you all had an excellent week, because if not, I'm going to make it even better. Have you ever thought that you're stupid, uneducated, and just don't understand things because you didn't went to university? Well, I got good news for you, bucko. Apparently, world-class economists are just as dumb as you are. I mean, here we have a brilliant take from Robert Reich asking the interesting questions. With corporate profits at a 70-year high, why is there inflation? Oh, fuck me, Robert. I mean, I'm not a world-class economist, but I got this high school textbook. Let's see. Let's open and see if we can find out the mystery. Oh, look, it says so right here, because the government is printing money, Robert. That's why. The government is printing money. Apparently, it's got nothing to do with the corporations, but I got some really great news for you. If they keep printing money like the way they are doing, eventually you might be a billionaire as well. You're going to be as rich as those corporations, Robert. Just make sure that the government keeps printing, and you too can be like Elon Musk, a trillionaire. That is, of course, if you don't get robbed the same way that Ice-T got robbed. It's kind of hard to become a trillionaire when people steal money from you, now is it? Ice-T says that he was robbed at a gas station in NJ last night. After his hand stopped trembling, he managed to call the cops. They were quick to respond and count him down. My money is gone. The police asked me if I knew who did it. He said yes. It was the pump number 9. But hold on, Robert Reich is here to help. He's going to slip into those DMs of yours. Like a snake, he slips into those DMs. And he informs us that it's the big oil corporations that are using inflation as a cover to push the gas prices even higher. You need to know the truth. Oh, well, I mean, look. If the corporations are so bad, Robert, we can just choose not to buy from them. We can just choose to say, you know what? We're not going to buy from those evil corporations, which are my private companies and can do whatever they want. No, instead, we can just take from within our supply. We can just drill ourselves. Oh, no, wait, we can't drill ourselves. No, because the environment, Mother Gaia, is screaming. Like if you try to drill, Greta Thunberg sees the carbon dioxide in the atmosphere and says, "Yay!" like a horse high on ivermectin. So you can't drill, right? There is no alternative, because through the wisdom of our politicians and the world-class economists, they have decided to only rely on foreign imports. And now, the foreign imports, the private companies can do whatever they want. Oh, it sure sucks, doesn't it? But that's okay, you know, I'm pretty sure the politicians have an answer for this.
The recent IPCC reports confirm that our window of opportunity to leave our planet worthy of our children and our grandchildren is even closer to being permanently shut. We must redouble our efforts to decarbonize our economies, recognizing that countries will use a range of tools, including carbon pricing, regulation, and subsidies, to achieve needed emission reductions.
Take that, gas companies! Who needs you? You thought someone needs you? No one needs you. Wait until you see the U.S. military running solar-powered tanks and jeeps with a windmill up their ass. Because that's how the most powerful army in the world is going to function in a zero carbon emission. Oh, you think I'm joking? They actually are making more environmental friendly bombs as we speak. I mean, my God, this is so progressive right now. Like, your brain just cannot understand how progressive things are. Who needs gas companies when you have the $10 lettuce? The $10 lettuce. Can we go for 12? Can we go for 12, environmentalists? I don't think you're working hard enough. Until the lettuce is $20, I am very disappointed in you, Greta Thunberg. You're doing a bad job. As long as I can still put some food on the table, you are failing at your activism. Someone needs to hold her accountable. In the meantime, on the Twitter, we see the President of the United States disagreeing with the experts. What type of world we live in when he is questioning the expertise of world economic experts? I mean, the experts told us that is the gas companies that are to blame, and President Biden is blaming Putin. Putin is not the gas companies. Putin is Russia. One and the same. He is the state. So which one is it? Which one is it? Look here. To help deal with this Putin price hike, you're contradicting the holy experts. Why isn't Twitter banning one of them? I don't know which one. Like, you can either ban the President of the United States. I mean, Twitter, you did this before. You did this before. You kept us safe. Keep us safe again, please. You have the power. So either ban the President of the United States again, or you can ban the world economic expert. I don't care which one. Just ban a motherfucker. What the fuck are you doing, Twitter? Are you sleeping? You're not doing your job. If a second go by and you don't ban someone, you're failing at your mission. And your mission is to keep us safe. How can I possibly know the truth if you're not banning people? If you're not censoring, I don't know what to think. You need to censor one because both of them can't be right at the same time. So pick a correct version and censor the other. Twitter, trust and safety. Wake up. Wake up. Someone needs to go and wake those people up. They're not doing their job. What are they being paid for? So to help deal with the Putin price hike, so not the oil companies. Now the oil companies are okay. I authorized the release of 1 million barrels per day for the next 6 months from our strategic petroleum reserve. And over 30 countries agreed to release 60 million additional barrels. This is the largest collective release in history. That helped stop a run-up on oil price and has begun to bring those prices down. As a result of countries acting together. Yes, thank you, Biden. Thank you. But I'm still disappointed. I mean, it's petrol. It's petrol. It's oil. It should be illegal, shouldn't it? Carbon emissions, toxic, Greta. Again, like, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? I want wind. I want wind. I want you to fart. Why aren't you farting? The winds aren't spinning. The mills, the blah. In the meantime, Saudi Arabia, for the first time in human history, has made fun of the United States president on Saudi Arabian official TV. Now, I don't know which is more funny, the skit or reality. So let's watch both. Let's start with the skit, and then we can see some reality, and you guys tell me which is funnier. Unfortunately, after uploading the video 7 times, YouTube copyright algorithm is way too strong. So, let's do something that I used to do as a kid. It's called imagination. Like, close your eyes and imagine in Saudi Arabia, you see on television this actor pretending to be the US president going at the podium, and Kamala Harris is behind him. First, he doesn't know where the podium is, but Kamala directs him to where it's supposed to be located. He then says, we're going to talk about the crisis in China, and Kamala whispers something into his ear, and he goes, India, and Kamala whispers something again, and he goes like, Russia. And then he says, the president of Russia needs to hear this strong statement, and then he falls asleep. So this is kind of how the entire sketch is like. Unfortunately, I can't show you, so we're going to go back to our regular program. Now let's see the reality. This is the US president after holding a speech, shaking hands with the invisible man, and then looking around confused.
Of America. God bless you all. America.
You know what? I take it back. I think I have done the worst crime imaginable. I must have sent some misinformation your way. You need to pray to the fact checker so that the misinformation goes away. It's like pray to Snopes. Let's pray to Snopes together. Do the jazz hands. Do the jazz hands. Pray to Snopes. Go away, misinformation. Go away. The real information is that he wasn't shaking hands with the invisible man. He was shaking hands with the invisible woman. Because he shows strength and virility. Like the leader of the free world that is. That is the invisible woman right there that the US president is shaking hands with. He's a very virile person. And not only that, little did you know, he's also a kidder. He makes really good jokes.
Thank you very much. Please. My name is Joe Biden. I'm Barack Obama's vice president. And I'm Jill Biden's husband. By the way, the only reason Jill's not here today, she's working. She's teaching. And so I just want you to know that's why she's not here. Good.
The president of the United States is Barack Obama's vice president. Now that is hilarious. I laughed. Now, a lot of things are said in jest. I don't know if this is one of them, but when you're going to look at the following picture, which I had to disable the sound because there was some copyright music playing in the background, but in the following picture, it shows where the Democrats gravitate towards. You have a confused US president, and then Barack Obama gathering a crowd. You know, this actually reminds me of a speech that Barack Obama once gave. What was that speech? Oh, I remember now. I remember.
What you know now, do you wish like you had a third term? And I used to say, you know what, if I could make an arrangement where I had a stand-in, a front man or front woman, and they had an earpiece in, and I was just in my basement in my sweats looking through the stuff, and then I could sort of deliver the lines, but somebody else was doing all the talking and ceremony. I'd be fine with it.
Oh my God, what a kidder. Oh, that is so progressive. You know what I think? Behind every strong white man, there is a Barack Obama. But anyway, enough with the jokes, because things aren't funny on the Twitter. Last week was very devastating for the progressive establishment that keeps us safe and tells us the truth all the time and protects us from that evil, conniving misinformation. Apparently, Elon Musk now wants to buy the Twitter, and there was a lot of cope going on. The royalty, the aristocracy of our modern timeline, the blue check marks, were struggling to understand what is happening through the only two lenses that they have available. That being World War II and Marvel movies. What do I mean with this? I mean, look at this one. The world's richest man, someone who used to be compared to Marvel's Iron Man, is increasingly behaving like a movie supervillain, commanding seemingly unlimited resources with which to finance his mischief making. Yes, because in the history of the world, we have never seen billionaires buying up the means of informing the population. I mean, that never happened, never happened. Oh, no, never mind. Those are the good billionaires, okay? Those are the billionaires that speak the speech, that are for diversity, for inclusion, for equity. Like, if you're for those three things, then it's fine. When you buy up the media, no one tells you anything. But if you don't constantly repeat the mantra, diversity, inclusion, equity every day, then when you finally try to buy something, people freak out. And as I mentioned, it's Marvel movies, and as we can see here, World War II. Today on the Twitter feels like the last evening in a Berlin nightclub at the twilight with Weimar, Germany. Yeah, I'm really curious what the blue check marks do at high school. Because the only thing they know about in history is World War II. That's where it begins. That's where it ends. What did their teacher do there? It's like, all right, 5th grade, we're going to be talking about World War II. 6th grade, we're going to be talking about World War II. 7th grade, World War II. 8th grade, World War... Like, nothing else? No other historical comparison? Nothing outside? Like, everything within? Nothing against? Nothing without World War II? Holy shit. And by the way, didn't they used to also have Harry Potter? Like, I remember it was Marvel movies, World War II, and Harry Potter. Where is Harry Potter? Why don't we get the saying, it's like Elon Musk trying to buy the Twitter. It's like the Battle of Hogwarts. It's like Voldemort. He's going to release Voldemort. He's going to bring back Voldemort on Twitter if he wins. We cannot allow him. Oh, that's right. It's J.K. Rowling is not in vogue anymore. Yes. She agrees with 99.9% of the blue checkmark's ideas except for one. And I guess like that one is enough to completely invalidate her entire life's work. Because the politics of the author means they can't like Harry Potter anymore. Or is it because Johnny Depp, which was supposed to star in, I don't know, The Abomination, that's like the spin-off of the Harry Potter with fantastical beasts and whatnot. Maybe that is tainting the franchise as well, isn't it? So we can't make it. I actually did like the euphemisms with Harry Potter. Yeah, the Battle of Hogwarts, the Voldemort. Like, look here, you bigot. Robert Reich. Robert Reich. Elon Musk's vision for the internet is dangerous nonsense. Musk has long advocated a libertarian version of an uncontrolled internet. That's also the dream of every dictator, strongman, and demagogue. Oh my god. Yes, absolutely. You know, I think when Hitler came to power, since we're doing the World War II references, I mean, I need to speak the language of the progressives here. When he came to power, he was like, I want the people to talk freely. A complete, unrestricted media. No one censors a goddamn thing. Yes, every single dictator everywhere has wanted people to talk. Absolutely. Oh my god. I'm just... What am I reading? Like, are these people even remotely connected to reality? Like, no, see, I understand when they're writing, like, some propaganda or something for their clique. But like, does anyone believe this at this point? Is anyone reading this? And it's like, oh yeah, that sounds probable. Yeah, I mean, surely, obviously, like, if I was dictator and I wanted to control the people, I would encourage them to talk freely amongst themselves. Like... but like, you know, I guess maybe it makes sense if you're thinking from like, it doesn't matter if it's true or not. What matters is that some people just want to know they have the correct opinions. You know, like, they're in groups, and the question is, if I say this, how is the group going to perceive me? So, in other words, is it socially acceptable for me to have this stance? Even if they know that the stance is wrong. Like, there is not a single person on earth that can read this and be like, yeah, you know what? That completely makes sense. Yeah. I mean, Pol Pot, the first thing he wanted to do was to facilitate for people to talk amongst each other, to organize, to share ideas. This is what the church wanted as well. You know, when the persecutions were happening with the Inquisition, like, the Inquisition just wanted to facilitate for the peasantry to talk amongst each other unhampered. You know, like, try and help them as much as possible. But yeah, I guess the overall vibe among the blue check marks is we need to save our democracy. Keynote our. By the way, I might not be a historical whiz, but I think I did learn a little bit more besides World War II at school. And I know that the American experiment has the fundamental of liberty, not democracy. I may be wrong with this, but I think that liberty was a little bit more important. Still, constitutional republic and all of that, whatever, fine. Democracy important. Our democracy, say the blue check mark. So in other words, they need to save our democracy by restricting the information people see and restricting who people can interact with in order to get them to vote the way our democracy demands. I understand. I remember like the past when the bad president won, and all of a sudden it wasn't our democracy, it was our fascismus. I remember all of that, from 2016. Okay, fine, whatever. Look at this, Max Boot. I think he is a Pulitzer nominee, actually. I am frightened. Look, he can't sleep at night. He is frightened. Look, Mr. Boot, contact me. I want to help. I don't like knowing that you are frightened. I am frightened because you're frightened. I am frightened because you are pivotal in defending our democracy, and if you're frightened, you can't do that. So contact me so I can help. I'll start a GoFundMe, and I will buy you a toy rabbit. We can call him Pipsqueak, and Pipsqueak will protect you from evil Elon Musk. If you sleep with him at night, you cuddle Pipsqueak, and he is your best friend, and he will protect you from evil Elon Musk buying Twitter. Apparently, the impact on society and politics if Elon Musk acquires the Twitter. Oh, no. Oh, Dios mío. He seems to believe that on social media, anything goes. Oh, my God. He believes that we can revert it to 2016. Oh, what a dreadful scenario. Do you guys remember 2016? Do you remember the price of gas in 2016? Do you remember the inflation in 2000? Oh, we can't go back to that. Not that. That is horrible. Oh, my God. No. Like, current year is much better. Oh, yes. Muy grande. Current year. Yeah. He seems to believe that on social media anything goes. For democracy to survive. Look at this. Look how important it is. For democracy to survive. Man, if democracy can't survive because of Twitter, why can't we shut it down like they shut it down in Uganda? It seems that Uganda had the right idea. I mean, if democracy is so important, why are we letting this toy exist? Oh, it's almost like it does. When you say our democracy, you mean the politicians you like to be in power. You're talking about corruption. You're talking like if the president's son, before an election, would be involved in a scandal in the papers, it would be nice if Twitter can save our democracy and ban that story. That's what you want, right? Like, we can't have the stories just go through. We can't just allow people to know shit. Because that would be a danger to our okay, fine, I get it. Contact me. I'll help you have Pipsqueak. Like Pipsqueak makes you forget about politics, because politics are nasty. And it calms you down at night. You can hug him, and he makes you feel comfortable so you don't have to worry about Elon Musk buying the private company that can do whatever it wants. The media platforms are in the hands of billionaires. We are screwed. Literally every single media platform, except the BBC, I think, and a couple of others, are in the hands of billionaires. What the fuck are these people talking about? Jim Dollar, Mr. Dollar. Who do you think owns CNN? How much money do you think they have? They're all billionaires. 100% agree. We've got a huge false information problem, and his takeover would just accelerate and compound it. Oh my God. I mean, obviously we can't trust adults, not our citizens, not our grown-ass citizens, from making decisions of what is information and what isn't. I mean, we can allow them to buy a car and buy a house with their money, and they can decide whether the car and the house is worth buying. But when it comes to politics, that's a step too far. We need a Trust and Safety Council. We need the fact checker. We need Politico in our lives. I mean, Politico is Jesus fucking Christ. They're the alpha and the omega of information. They never get anything wrong. Like if the aliens come on Earth and they want to know the truth, they go to Politico and they knock on it like, hey, Politico, I heard that you are the arbiters of truth. I heard that if something is false in real life, and you say it, it becomes true. In other news, the employees at my private company can do whatever it wants are being very demoralized. Apparently, the CEO tried to put a strong face when rallying the troops. It's like a war zone in there. It's astonishing, isn't it? Telling employees that he felt that everything would work out as it should. Some employees expressed frustration that the CEO had not been more forthcoming as Mr. Musk first began quietly buying up enormous amounts of the company's stock. What can he do about it? It's my private company. You can buy stocks. It's legal. What do you want the CEO to do about it? According to the two of the people, Mr. Argawal said that the board had spoken with Mr. Musk several times, and its members believed that they were aligned on key issues. By the way, funny how the employees and the mainstream media aren't having a fit now that Vanguard Group is the biggest stakeholder at Twitter. Isn't that fascinating? Isn't that interesting? Oh, my evil 1%. Oh, in the rich. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Vanguard Group. Thank you, BlackRock. Oh, it's so good that you're protecting our democracy. Oh, the holy bankers. The holy bankers are here to save us from evil Elon Musk. All of a sudden, it's not a problem that billionaires control social media. No, it's only the good billionaires, the bankers. The ones that work hand in hand with the government and get special privileges and are considered highly essential during a pandemic. And they're the people that when they go bankrupt, do you know what happens? They have a reset button. When they go bankrupt, all of a sudden they get bailouts from your taxpayer money. When your business goes bankrupt, well, tough shit. Okay? But that's fine. I mean, these are the good elites. These are the good people. And the ones working at Twitter are not concerned in the slightest now. In fact, they're absolutely relieved that this happened. But anyway, the other employees suggested that the CEO should be tweeting more to counter Musk's aggressive tweets. Aggressive. So are there defensive tweets out there? Are there peaceful tweets? Are there tweets made out of jealousy? If you can have the human emotion into a tweet. Aggressive tweets. Holy shit. I have been aggressed. Really? Who aggressed you? The tweet. Again, shut down Twitter. That's the correct option at this point. I mean, if it's so dangerous, maybe you should shut it down. He should counter the aggressive tweet. But what if the Twitter CEO isn't an aggressive man and he can't aggressive tweet? What then? Still, others asked what a takeover would do to their stock compensation and to the company's culture, which is known to be inclusive given the story of racismus in Tesla facilities. Yes, racismus. Stories. So no proof, no fact, stories. Maybe the Twitter has just a better lid at keeping their employees quiet. But I'll tell you this. It is kind of interesting that when an African American buys up a little bit of your company, you start freaking out. And you're praying for the banks to save you. What do you have against African Americans, Twitter? Are you going to tell me more about racismus? And ironically, Elon Musk is an African American. Look it up. I'm not kidding. You think I'm not. Look it up. He fits the definition. But yeah, so hopefully you guys like this Week in Stupid. And as usual, today is Sunday. So Sunday I play with VTubers on my live stream. I'm going to be playing with Rosa Coatl today. I'm going to play everyone talking and we're not going to explode or something like that. I don't know. She suggested it, so I bought the game. And yeah, let me know what you guys think. And I'll see you in the comment section. And please join my live stream. There is a link into the pinned comment. Hopefully I'll see you there. Take care.